its renewed push for a solution to the Naga political issue, the Nationalist Socialist Council of Nagaland or NSCN-IM rejects Union government's indication of approving Naga national flag as a cultural flag. The outfit calls it as an unfortunate development as flag symbolizing the community's political identity is not negotiable. Dimapur Crime Branch apprehends one NSCN-IM GPRN cadre in connection with drug peddling from Manipur. Crime Branch seized around 600 grams of brown sugar along with other valuables from the possession of the cadre who hails from Manipur's Chandel district. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday inaugurated India's biggest drone festival Bharat Drone Mahotsav at Pragati Maidan in Delhi. Modi during the program interacted with Kisan drone pilots and startups in the drone exhibition center. India's Gitanjali Shri's novel Tomb of Sand wins the International Booker Prize. Shri becomes first Indian writer to win the prestigious Booker Prize. It may be mentioned that her novel titled Red Samadhi was translated into English as Tomb of Sand by Daisy Rockwell. India's Gitanjali Shri wins Booker Prize. Hello viewers, I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nagaland TV News Now. Let's see more of the news in details. Strengthening its demand for a greater Nagaland with its own flag and constitution, the NSCN-IM made it clear that Naga national flag that symbolizes the Naga political identity is non-negotiable. The NSCN-IM in its latest editorial of news bulletin Nagalim Voice on Thursday stated that it is unthinkable for the NSCN to accept the Naga national flag as a cultural flag as hinted by the government of India. The faction accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi of making an announcement that the longest running insurgency movement in Southeast Asia was solved during the signing of the framework agreement on August 3, 2015. The NSCN-IM sarcastically maintained that the world was least impressed, that it is waiting to see how the same Prime Minister of India is going to handle the framework of agreement with the NSCN-IM and the Naga people. Furthermore, the faction pointed out that owing to the habitual betrayal nature and signing agreement after agreement, the 25 years of Indo-Naga political talks is on the rise of going down the drain. It is therefore stated that after being defiled for 3 times already, the Naga political issue cannot be defiled the 4th time. The NSCN-IM maintained that after signing the framework agreement as a way forward to salvage the Naga political issue, the Indo-Naga political issue and the talks should be regarded as a sacred program. Well, the SS Deputy Secretary of Ministry of Internal Security of NSCN GPRN L Songting Kom was apprehended on May 26 by the Crime Branch of Dimapur. The Crime Branch unit also seized around 600 grams of brown sugar from his possession. Acting on the information about some drug smugglers entering Dimapur from Manipur, the Crime Branch team planned a trap, following which a decoy person was planted as a prospective buyer of the drug and was asked to make contact with the drug smuggler. On May 26, the decoy contacted the drug smuggler, wherein the drug smuggler agreed to sell half kilogram of the brown sugar. At around 3 p.m., the decoy met the drug smuggler near Hotel Kent, Blue Hill in Dimapur, and in that chance, he was nabbed. Upon frisking the NSCN GPRN, a black-color handbag was recovered with about 600 grams of brown sugar wrapped in a silver-color plastic bag from his possession. Moreover, a Pulsar motorcycle bearing number NODL 7SBZ0238 belonging to the accused was also seized. The arrested person is the son of El Lenjathang and is a resident of Mahutera village of the Chandel district in Manipur. Thereafter, the arrested person along with the seized items were handed over to the East Police Station for further necessary actions. So much for the NSCN-IM now. Keeping up with the state government's order to shut down all the check gates and keep watch over the illegal taxation in the state, the police on Thursday arrested 2 employees of Geology and Mining Department at Sunnis over issuing unauthorized challans. The arrested duo have been identified as Ben Tungo Tungoy and Temsu Manen Jamir, and the police recovered a sum of rupees 20,900 blank challans and a register from their possession. It is noteworthy that the Nagaland police has created a 24/7 control room at PHQ Kohima to monitor over the news system. With the recent tragic hit-and-run incident, Nagaland witnessed an increase in the death rate in 2020 for the second time in 1 decade. As per the latest sample registration system bulletin, notably the bulletin which was released by the Office of the Registrar General of India on May 25, stated that in Nagaland the death rate increased from 3.5 in 2019 to 3.7 in 2020. The bulletin stated that rural area reported more deaths at 3.9 than urban areas at 3.5. Meanwhile, despite the lockdown associated with the COVID-19 pandemic, road accidents in Nagaland increased significantly in 2020. According to the official data recently released by the Union Ministry of Road, Transport and Highways, in 2020, a total of 500 road accidents were officially recorded in Nagaland and an increase by 39.7% over 2019. In absolute terms, road accidents increased by 124 from 358 in 2019 to 500 in 2020. Accordingly, a total of 53 fatalities were reported in the road accidents in 2020 against the 26 in 2019, indicating an increase by 103% over the previous year. Meanwhile, out of 500 road accidents, a total of 309 occurred on the national highways in Nagaland. The report stated that, on the other hand, according to the latest sample registration system bulletin, Nagaland's infant mortality rate has increased marginally. The IMR increased from 3 in 2019 to 4 in 2020. Now, after being left out of a recent consultative meeting of documentation of the Naga traditional attires and motifs held in Kohima, the Nagaland Garo Tribal Council has expressed displeasure and resentment. The apex tribal body of the community in a press release cried out that it was very disheartening and painful that all the other tribal ho-hos and the stakeholders of Nagaland, except the Garos, despite being a recognized tribe of Nagaland, were invited to such important state-level meeting. It further alleged that a reminder letter was also mailed to the commissioner and the secretary to include the Garo tribe for the May 19th event, and the same was also copied to the MLA of their constituency and the CMO, but their prayers fell on deaf ears and with no response till date. The council also cited that despite everything, the Garo leaders attended the meeting uninvited, hoping for some positive outcome, but surprisingly only received more embarrassments. Therefore, the council urged the concerned departments to do the needful and give them their due rights and equal opportunity to participate, prosper and progress along with all the tribes. Moving ahead to regional states, the central government released an advance of rupees 324 crores from the State Disaster Relief Fund to the flood-hit Assam, upon which Assam Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa Sarma took down to Twitter and expressed gratitude to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Home Minister Amit Shah. He further added that the fund will be ensured timely relief and rehabilitation of the affected citizens. Meanwhile, a team of officials from the Ministry of Home Affairs on Thursday held meeting with the Assam State Disaster Management Authority officials in Guwahati to assess the flood situation. As per the flood report, 2 people lost their lives in the flood in the last 24 hours, while taking the total death case to 30. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday paid tribute to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on his death anniversary. Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal and Congress Party also took down to Twitter and paid their tribute. Venugopal remarked that Nehru is an unmatched vision and a leader loved by both young and the old. Meanwhile, the Congress Party mentioned that Nehru was a brave freedom fighter and the architect of modern India. Notably, Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India, the first Prime Minister who played a prominent role in India's freedom struggle. Now, on a rather sad note, co-founder of Patkai Christian College, Margaret Shishak, passed away on Friday at Christian Institute of Health Sciences and Research in Dimapur. Reportedly, Shishak was in ICU for some days. Notably, Shishak came to Nagaland in 1973 and co-founded the Patkai Christian College in the year 1974. Shishak introduced Naga people to various styles of church music and has been instrumental in shaping the lives of many individuals from Nagaland and students from other states of India as well. Her death is being mourned by entire Nagaland and beyond, and tributes have been pouring in. It may be noted that Margaret was born on November 25, 1941 in Washington, D.C. Now, the Varanasi District Court on Thursday adjourned the Gyanvapi mosque case hearing till May 30. Anjuman Intizamiya Masjid Committee had been seeking dismissal of the Hindu petitioners' suit for unhindered right to support and worship the Shringar Gauri style inside the Kashi Vishwanath Gyanvapi complex amidst claims of a shivling found on the premises. The committee argued that the suit was non-maintainable and should be rejected under Order 7, Rule 11 of the Code of Civil Procedure. It further remarked that rumors were being spread about the shivling to invoke sentiments of the people. Well, note this, Delhi-based writer Gitanjali Shree's Tomb of Sand won the International Booker Prize on Thursday. Notably, Shree became the first Indian writer to win the Booker Prize. It may be noted that her novel titled Red Samadhi was translated into English as A Tomb of Sand by Daisy Rockwell. It may be noted that Gitanjali is the author of several short stories and novels. Furthermore, Tomb of Sand is a story set in the shadow of the partition of India, which follows an elderly woman after the death of her husband. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday inaugurated India's biggest drone festival, Bharat Drone Mahotsav, at Pragati Maidan in Delhi. Modi, during the program, interacted with Kisan drone pilots and the startups in the drone exhibition center. Prime Minister Modi also witnessed open-air drone demonstrations. Notably, over 1,600 delegates comprising government officials, foreign diplomats, armed forces and the Central Armed Police Forces and various other participants participated in the Mahotsav. While more than 70 exhibitors also displayed various use cases of drones at the exhibition. BJP National President JP Nadda is set to visit Madhya Pradesh from June 1 to 3. Notably, during his visit, Nadda is scheduled to hold a meeting with BJP MLA, MP, state party leaders and the office bearers along with the district presidents. He will also attend a Youth Connect program organized by the BJP Yuva Morcha in Jabalpur. Nadda will further review the works of the ministers of the state government while on his visit. Notably, during the meeting, Nadda is all set to give mantras to the party leader for the preparations for the assembly elections, which is slated to be held in 2023. Again, 15 people, including the driver, was injured as Maharashtra State Road Transport Corporation bus plunged into a 25 feet deep gorge at Maharashtra's Palghar district on Friday morning. Reportedly, the accident happened along Mumbai-Ahmedabad highway at Wagobha Kind area around 6 a.m. Amongst the injured, 5 are in critical condition. As per sources, the passengers allege that the driver was under the influence of alcohol at the time of the accident. The passengers allegedly requested the conductor to replace the driver, but to no avail. The accident occurred as the driver tried to navigate past a sharp turn. Upon receiving information of the accident, rescue teams, police and the administration officials rushed to the spot and sent the injured to the hospital. Police informed that the driver would be medically examined and actions would be taken later. And 2 incidents of fire were reported in Delhi on Friday morning. One of the incidents took place at Safdarjung Hospital in South Delhi at around 8:45 a.m., while the other took place at Makar Multi-Speciality Hospital in Lakshmi Nagar around 8:10 a.m. Reportedly, fire at Safdarjung Hospital broke out as the elevator's stabilizer located on the 2nd floor of the building caught fire. About 8 fire engines were rushed to the spot to douse the fire. Whereas at Makar Multi-Speciality Hospital, the fire broke out at the terrace and 4 fire engines doused the fire. No casualties have been reported in both the incidents. On an international level, the German government is set to recognize the Bharat Biotech's COVID vaccine, Covaxin, for the travel agencies to the countries beginning from June 1. Upon which German ambassador to India, Walter J. Lindner, thanked the German government for their decision. It may be mentioned that the World Health Organization in November 2021 issued an emergency use listing for Covaxin. Top Naxal commander Sandeep Yadav, who had a bounty of over 83 lakhs on his head, was found dead under the mysterious circumstances by the security forces at the Bambu Ramtev area of Banke Bazar village. It has come to light that Yadav was wanted in over 500 cases by 6 states. Gaya SSP informed that the body was sent for autopsy to Anugrah Narayan Medical College, Gaya, in the presence of magistrate, and the entire process was videographed. The body was later handed over to the relatives. And since the commencement of the Char Dham Yatra began on May 3, 2022, a total of 91 pilgrims have lost their lives. Uttarakhand Director General of Health Dr. Shailaja Bhatt on Friday informed that most of the reported deaths are due to the heart attack. Dr. Bhatt further informed that health services have been strengthened at the Yatra sites and an addition of 169 doctors has been deployed. It may be noted that the Char Dham Yatra began with the opening of Gangotri and Yamunotri portals for the devotees on May 3, while Kedarnath reopened on May 6, followed by the opening of Badrinath doors on May 8.
ये सिक्स सिग्मा का हॉस्पिटल है, ऊपर ये गोल चक्कर है और ये लाइन देखिए आप.
Now for sports lovers, young Indian Grandmaster R. Pragananda went down to fighting to world number 2 Ding Liren in the tie-break of the Meltwater Champions Chess Tour Chessable Masters 2022 online tournament final early on Friday. The 16-year-old from Chennai fought back to win the second set after having lost the opener, but then lost the two-game blitz, the breaker. The Indian Grandmaster, who had lost the first set 1.5 to 2.5, hit back to win the second 2.5 to 1.5 and forced the blitz tie-break. The Indian Grandmaster had defeated the highly rated Dutchman Anish Giri in the semi-final to become the first Indian player to reach the final of a Meltwater Chess Champions Tour event. Thank you, viewers. That's all from News Now. For more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV. Sob Manulaga Awaz.
Hey, you haven't started yet?
It's very low quality water tank.
Just shut up. The shopkeeper has given us 5 years of guarantee.
Or forget 5 years.